Loki Season 2, Episode 5, done and dusted. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the penultimate episode, Episode 5 of Loki Season 2 is now done and dusted. I have loved this show so far. I think Season 1 was great, and the first 4 episodes have been absolutely fantastic. This is definitely been one of the big wins for the MCU lately. And episode 5 is no different. And before we even get into the whole episode, I just want to say Loki is easily one of the best written characters in the MCU and is one of the best characters in the MCU. This episode, they just break down Loki even more when it comes to the emotional side and what he really is earning for. And that's to not be lonely. And when he has that conversation with Sylvie, and Sylvie's just like, keep going, dig deeper. What is it that you truly want from this? It's not the TVA. It's not saving reality. What is it that you truly want? And when he says that he doesn't want to be alone, he wants his friends. Like, it's just this whole reversal of this character that didn't care about that. It didn't give a crap about that. It was just, I wanted power. I want to rule. I want this and that. And now it's like, I want my friends. I don't want to be alone. And then that moment where he says, where do I fit in all of this? Like, if I don't bring back the TVA and have my friends, then where do I sit? Like, where do I go? What do I do? And it's just this beautiful character arc that Loki has gone on since season 1 that is just elevating him every single time he's on screen. And I love this character so much, man. This guy is just, he's just top tier when it comes to Marvel characters, man. He's definitely up there as the top 3 best characters in the MCU. Now, when we talk about episode 5 as a whole, this episode is an absolute huge game changer now. This is massive. So obviously we know the events of last episode with Victor Timely dying. There are theories out there that him, like, being spaghettified and put out his temporal aura into the multiverse is how the Kang variants are going to spawn. Don't know, because, like, who knows what's going to happen, because we know about the rumors about them shifting away from Kang potentially and going to Doctor Doom, which, look, is a way, because we know Doctor Doom, Secret Wars, in the comics, he's a huge player, and Doctor Doom is a massive player in Marvel and is one of the best characters of all time. So it's kind of like the temptation to do that is great. But then you also, like, do you see out this story and then shift it? I don't know. But it could go either way, that theory, or not, I don't know. But that is the theory that people are suggesting could be how the Kang variants come about. But we know that event happened. Now, when we get to episode 5, we have this moment of everything being spaghettified constantly. And could be a potential, hint towards the incursions that we saw in Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness, when he's explaining, throughout that about the incursions. Going to a different universe and not being in there, causing, the incursions to happen. Could this be a symbol of that? I don't know. Like, it's all, when you're dealing multiverse, man, there's so many layers and things that could just contradict each other, and that we don't know. But that's what I sort of got. I sort of got that vibe, like, oh, here come the incursions and that. Things are starting to unravel here. What is going on? But obviously we see everyone in their actual time period, in their timeline. It's maybe a branch timeline, but it's not like the secret timeline. But we see them in there with their families, everything like that, and they don't know. The only person that does know what's going on at this point in time is Loki. And he's still time jumping left, right, and center. And in order for him to be able to jump effectively, he needs to learn to be able to control his time slipping. And that is when he discovers, as he's going through, no one remembers him. We get to the moment where he meets OB. And OB has a bit more of an understanding, because he's like full into all this stuff. And he's talking about science and fiction as 2 separate things. And you need to figure out this. Why? Why is this happening? Like, it's not about here and how or whatever. This is the answer. It's fiction. It's not science. So, instantly they start, trying to be like, maybe we get everyone together, we can figure it out. And then we get everyone's temporal aura, we could save that moment. So you have this moment of Loki trying to connect with everyone again, and the moment where he's trying to connect with Mobius, it's sad because Mobius doesn't know, and to Loki, Mobius is like his best friend. So, imagine that. Imagine having your best friend just completely forget everything, not know who you are, and you're trying to convince him, like, dude, we're friends, man. Like, this, I need you. I need your help. And them just being like, I want no trouble. I don't know who you are. Like, that's just heartbreaking. But obviously, Loki, as OB explains to him, you need to learn to control this. If you can control this, then you can slip back in time and, go back to the point and save everyone. You can save the loom from exploding. So that's the whole game plan. But then, obviously, when he goes and meets Sylvie remembers. She knows. So, which I thought would be the case, because I'm kind of like, if Loki remembers, that must mean Sylvie has to remember as well, because, they're both technically Lokis, so that would make sense. But then this is where Sylvie's like, we don't need the TVA. Look, everything's all, nice. Everything's worked out. Everyone's in their timeline. And that's where you get that conversation with Loki about, I don't want to be alone. What is my place? And then him going back and realizing, okay, guys, I've made a mistake. You guys just, you guys need to go back. Like, you don't need the TVA. It's not fair on me taking you and that. But then you have the moment where everything goes pear-shaped for Sylvie in her timeline, and you get the spaghettify again, which looks absolutely horrifying. I must say, the spaghettifying looks horrifying. I don't want that to happen, man. Imagine that reality just breaking apart like that. Spaghettified. Insane. So you have that going on with Sylvie, and everything falls apart. This is where she realizes, holy crap, we do need the TVA. We need something to be able to fix this, because this is where all the branches are dying. And then when Sylvie goes and meets them and tries to explain this, this is when everything starts to happen in front of Loki's eyes. So we see Loki sees everything just spaghettifying. And then he gets the realization he's able to control the time slipping. And the cliffhanger is he slips back in time to when the, Victor's going down into the thing, by the looks of it. So he's right there before the temporal loom's about to explode. And that's the cliffhanger. So what I'm getting is Loki's able to time slip at will at this point in time. He now has unlocked that secret, which is freaking powerful. That makes him a very powerful being now. Like, if he can control that, imagine what he could do with that power. Like, he could reverse so many things. But we don't fully understand exactly what he's capable of with this time slipping ability. But it's going to be interesting. And now, going into the season finale, I am so hyped. I think this season has been absolutely fantastic. And what I love about this is you could remove Loki out of this. Like, you could remove the title Loki, not have him called Loki, and you could just have it called anything else. And this would be a fantastic sci-fi show. This would be an absolutely fantastic sci-fi show with multiverse and, bringing timelines and stuff like that. I think they've done a fantastic job with Loki. It's just the other stuff around it that's just not quite connecting just yet. Maybe it will. I don't know. But I think so far what they have done here has been absolutely excellent. And I'm excited for next week's finale. I really am. I don't know where they're going to go from here. I mean, people have theorized that Loki's going to be the one that's going to hold everything together, which would be pretty cool. It would be, but then, you have everything about Secret Wars and that coming on, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. So let me know what you guys think of episode 5. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down there. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.